David, have you ever had cases where parents just don't want to have their kids absolutely anything? They want to leave their estate to a complete stranger, let's say a hospital, or just give their estate to someone that anyone else but not family and kids?
Yes. I have.
Let's talk about
and
that.
I've also had that same client who has come in and then giving gifts to sisters, husbands, and then changed their mind. I've had clients who have come in and changed their will a half a dozen times.
Oh my gosh.
Because somebody upsets them.
So every time they change it, does it cost them money?
Yes.
I'm curious how much.
It depends on what we're changing. Okay, so everyone's a little bit different. But let's say anywhere from $500 to $750 just every time they come in and they take somebody out or put somebody back in or readjust the percentages. I've had family come in who, because a majority of the family was all going overseas for a trip, where they had one will where they had like 21 other remote family members who received everything. And then when they got back safely from their trip, came in and took everyone out and just went back to their immediate family.
Oh, my God.
So, yes, I've seen a lot of different circumstances. But to answer your initial question, yes, I have had some who come in and say, I do not want my family to get anything. It's all going to charity. It's going to a friend. It's going to various charities.
Oh, my gosh.
And then they decide later on that they want to change those charities around.
Oh, wow. So it's a lot of work for you guys.
Yes. So there's a few that were like, she's back again.
Wow. So every time you make a change of the will and their wish on that will, does it have to be registered somewhere? We
don't record or file wills, but there's two ways to change a will. One is to redo the will completely. A second one, which is what I recommend. The second one is to prepare what's called a codicil. And that's really the term used. It's an amendment. It's where you change or you add to the will. The problem with that is if somebody submits the original will and they don't submit the amendment, then the amendment, the court doesn't even know the amendment exists. So when we change wills, usually after we sign the new one and staple it all together, because the staples have to go in perfectly, otherwise we redo it, then we destroy the prior will. We rip it up.
Why is staples so important? So let's educate.
The staples are important because the court is concerned that somebody might have taken out a page and put in a different page. So if they see that a staple had been removed and then it was restapled again, they don't know if that was really the original will, and then there's a whole different process to get that will approved. So there's one stapler I've been using in the office for about 15 years now, one of those old school staplers that were made of real metal that always seems to work. It seems like some of the newer ones won't always go through. And you just went through a whole will execution, signed everything with all the witnesses, and now the staple malfunctions and you got to do it again.
Oh my gosh.
So I always tell clients, after you leave, if you take the original, do not take out the staples when you make a copy. We copy it usually in the office for them.